focusing on international hotspot and discussing current events between the East and West. Welcome to East-West Horizon. I'm Sylvia Tian. Yesterday, renowned journalist Seymour Hersh reviewed the details of how America destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline in an article published on SharePost. The article titled Seymour Hersh, How America Took Out the Nord Stream Pipeline, has caused international controversy. The spokesperson for the Russian Foreign Ministry, Zakharova, called on the United States to respond to the ongoing investigation into the destruction of the pipeline. Zakharova pointed out that Russia has repeatedly expressed its position on the involvement of the United States and NATO in this matter, and that they boast about destroying Europe's civilian infrastructure. American politicians continue to deny the truth, but Seymour Hersh remains a valuable figure in journalism. In a time where the mainstream media in the United States has become biased, Hersh's independence and investigative journalism is commendable. Seymour Hersh and SharePost deserve recognition for their bravery in exposing the truth. Let's take a look at the original introduction of author Seymour Hersh on the SharePost website. Seymour M. Hersh's fearless reporting has earned him fame, front-page bylines, a staggering collection of words, and no small amount of controversy. His story is one of fierce independence. Faced with pressure from corporate interests, the various muscular arms of government, and occasionally from outright criminals, Hersh has been relentless in his pursuit of truth and his belief in challenging the official narrative. He has navigated through cover-ups, deceit, and outright crimes against humanity in the morass of war, espionage, and politics. He has been a staff writer for The New Yorker and The New York Times and established himself at the forefront of investigative journalism in 1970, when he was awarded a Pulitzer Prize as a freelancer for his expose of the massacre in the Vietnamese hamlet of My Lai. Since then, he has received the George Polk Award 5 times, the National Magazine Award for Public Interest twice, the Los Angeles Times Book Prize, the National Book Critics Circle Award, the George Orwell Award, the dozens of other accolades. He lives in Washington, D.C. Seymour Hersh is a renowned investigative journalist in the United States, as reported by various media outlets. In 1969, he exposed the truth about My Lai massacre committed by U.S. military in Vietnam, which sparked anti-war sentiment and played a crucial role in ending the war. Hersh's work earned him widespread recognition, including the Pulitzer Prize for International Reporting in 1970. He also reported on the U.S. military's torture of prisoners during the Iraq War and uncovered the CIA's secret monitoring of civilian organizations. Seymour Hersh has made the world a better place through his investigative reporting, exposing truth and reducing lies and hypocrisy. We highly respect investigative journalists like Hersh, who seek the truth and hold those in power accountable. Here are some quotes from Hersh's reporting. Biden's decision to sabotage the pipelines came after more than 9 months of highly secret back-and-forth debate inside Washington's national security community about how to best achieve that goal. For such of that time, the issue was not whether to do the mission, but how to get it done with no overt clue as to who was responsible. There was a vital bureaucratic reason for relying on the graduates of the center's hardcore diving school in Panama City. The divers were Navy only and not members of America's Special Forces Command, whose covert operation must be reported to Congress and briefed in advance to the Senate and House leadership, that so-called Gang of Eight. The Biden administration was doing everything possible to avoid leaks, as the planning took place late in 2021 and into the first month of 2022. President Biden and his foreign policy team, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, Secretary of State Tony Blinken, and Victoria Nuland, the Undersecretary of State for Policy, had been vocal and consistent in their hostility to the two pipelines, which run side by side for 750 miles under the Baltic Sea. Action that could be traced to the administration would violate U.S. promises to minimize direct conflict with Russia. Secrecy was essential. Please pay attention to the timing, which is before Ukraine crisis even happening. According to the information presented in the article, the destruction of the Nord Stream pipeline, which would isolate Russia and cause a rift between Russia and other European countries, was a scheme devised by the United States to serve their own interests. Regardless of the impact it would have on their allies, the lives and well-being of individuals were not a concern for the American conspirators. The ideals of freedom, democracy, and human dignity, which are often touted, are merely lip service. Peace and prosperity are not aligned with the interests of the military-industrial complex, and even the success of allies is not in their interest. In 2022, countries such as Ukraine, Britain, Germany, France, Japan were all sacrificed. When will leaders of nations start prioritizing the well-being of their citizens? Remain steadfast in the face of pressure, stay informed, and pursue a path that aligns with their own interests. Please think twice. This concludes today's episode. Although some of the content may be unsettling, it serves to raise awareness. Until next time.